The Insider, the ongoing video series that keeps you up to date on all things IPW. I'm your host, J-Rod. The Heart and Soul event is not only an opportunity to bring awareness to congenital heart disease, but a celebration for its survivors. We would like to give a shout out to one of our most passionate fans, Joey Williamson, a survivor of CHD. Visit chdcoalition.org for more information. Due to no showing Rumble, Josh Raymond's matchmaking privileges were suspended for one event, meaning Jeremiah Goldmain would get the chance to put together the entire match card for Heart and Soul. Goldmain took the time to brag about being put into this position and to verbally bury Josh Raymond in the process. Raymond interrupted Goldmain in an attempt to get to the bottom of their issues. Goldmain deflected, and Raymond told Goldmain that if he wants to take Josh out, he should just do it himself. Goldmain slithered his way out of the challenge, stating that he already put Josh in a match against someone else. Raymond accepted the booking under one condition. Should Raymond be able to defeat this mystery opponent, he would get the opportunity to book a match that Goldmain had no say in. To everyone's surprise, the man hired to do Goldmain's dirty work was Anthony Katina. Katina has been a man of great character and a fan favorite for years now in IPW. One can only imagine what Goldmain offered to get him to turn his back on the fans. For the first time since the Fate of 8 tournament, Raymond hit the ring and hasn't lost a step. The match was back and forth the entire time, but in the end, Raymond pulled off a cross-face chicken wing submission hold, a move he hasn't used since November of 2019, to get the win. This earned Josh Raymond the right to make any match he wants between anyone on the roster at Tough Luck on March 12th. The crowd erupted in cheers as usual for the specimen Chad Alpha as he faced the Forgotten's Jimmy Gray. With Jarris Gray on the outside, Jimmy Gray had a 2-on-1 advantage throughout the match. But the size and power of Alpha was just too much for Gray, and Alpha would come out victorious. On their way to the ring, Jarris Gray was carrying around the cooler he stole from Swartzy back at Pink Out in October. This would be the day that Swartzy would finally come to get it back. Swartzy was able to goad Jarris into a fight. Back at Pink Out, Jarris was able to escape Swartzy's signature hold, the Figure 4, because Jarris had the Forgotten there to help him. Being quite possibly the best submission grappler in the company, Swartzy was just too crafty for Jarris. This time, Jarris would tap out to the Figure 4 leg lock, and Swartzy would be reunited with his cooler once again. Fans will remember War Inc. putting a vicious beating on Terry Van Avery just 8 days prior to Heart and Soul at Rumble. Van Avery challenged Dre Jacobs to singles action. While Terry is a tough guy, a match against Dre Jacobs is a tall order for anyone. To Terry's credit, he went right after Dre. Dre made quick work of Terry, even taking Terry's signature DDT that nobody has recovered from and kicking out at just a 1 count. Dre was about to continue the beating after the match, but Josh Raymond came down to the ring to save Terry from further punishment. War Inc. has had 2 showings in IPW, and the only thing we really know about them is that they are some of the most violent men the company has ever seen. We will get to see both Dre Jacobs and Justin Dream at Tough Luck on Sunday, March 12th. Our tag team champions, Young Cream, would defend their titles against Real Hype in a 2 out of 3 falls tag team match. These 2 teams have been in a heated rivalry since December. Both teams have a disqualification victory over the other. This came down to what might have been the best tag team match we've ever seen. Young Cream took the first fall, and Real Hype took the second. The rules in the third fall will be thrown out the window. No matter what, we would see a resolution to this conflict. With a huge lead from the top rope, Mondo Real scored the pinfall victory, and Real Hype became the new IPW Tag Team Champions. Real Hype has really grown into a strong team of mentor and mentee, but Jimmy Shalwin did sustain a minor injury in the grueling match and will not compete at Tough Luck. Mondo Real, on the other hand, is expected to mix it up in a singles match for the first time in many months. Before the next match would begin, Josh Raymond and Terry Van Avery returned to the ring so that Raymond could announce the match he would be making for Tough Luck. We knew he wanted to make the home team versus Real Hype for the tag titles, but instead he decided to put himself in a match against Jeremiah Goldmain. Both men would put up their matchmaking privileges in this match, meaning the winner of this match will be the lone IPW matchmaker. It is important to acknowledge that when Josh thanked Terry for coming to the ring with him, Terry said, "I always have your back." Terry clearly isn't over being left to fend for himself at Rumble. We wonder if Terry will be in Josh's corner on March 12th at Tough Luck when Josh Raymond faces Jeremiah Goldmain for 100% control of IPW matchmaking. The undefeated Bendrick Bison took on the strongest man on the roster, Anderson Knight. We were curious if Bison would be able to overcome the brute force of Knight. Bison was able to work around Knight's physical strength and found a way to win once again. Max Morrison challenged IPW Michiana champion Jamal King. Morrison brought Casey Tempest with him despite the recent friction between them. That would be to Morrison's downfall as Tempest inadvertently cost Morrison the match. Tensions were high afterward, and the Grey Wolves had to come down to separate their fellow Forgotten members. Jeremiah Nazareth put Max Morrison in charge in his absence. Not only has Jarris Gray failed to retrieve nor even tried to retrieve the Michiana title, but other members have lost every match they've been in, and this whole thing is falling apart. Nazareth is expected to return at Tough Luck. Who will he blame for the recent fallout? Also, in a bit of an unprecedented move, Bendrick Bison made his way down to the ring during the match and stole the Michiana Championship belt. Jamal King was unable to retrieve it, and we hope Bison will bring it with him to Tough Luck on March 12th. Derek Wolf interrupted a heartwarming speech about CHD to give a speech of his own. Wolf has this crazy idea that there is a conspiracy against him. He doesn't know who, and he doesn't know why, but he knows someone is out to get him. Wolf even went as far as accusing management of rigging his match last time he competed. Wolf has hired the services of Chad Alpha, a man who has affiliations with InfoWars, to get to the bottom of this. Anybody with half a brain would be able to tell that this is a ridiculous excuse on Wolf's behalf, but they have actually scheduled time to hold a conference at Tough Luck on March 12th. The Colonel of Clapping Cheeks, LaDon Sanders, earned himself a shot at the IPW Championship when he defeated Derek Wolf in the iPad on a pole match. He would face the top of the top, IPW champion, swag champ himself, Ren Jones. The referee was knocked unconscious late in the match, and Sanders had Jones down for the count. When Ren Jones came to, he took advantage with a steel chair and was able to successfully defend his title. Considering the controversial finish, the story is not over.
Man, some different shit. Fucked around and hooked up with Morris and them. Hit him up, Freeze and Jerome and them. Niggas cool than a motherfucker, cool than them. Hey, can I tell you something? Something I don't tell. What got me feeling like a pepper, make me grow these nails. I think it's something in my bones that be making me feel that I can walk and knock like a live for real. Sometimes I get the urge to jump around and act the fool. Cause I'm playing me so happy he don't know what to do.
The biggest moment of my life. The Colonel of Clapping Cheeks had the opportunity to become IPW champion that night. But somehow I came up short. The Colonel sat down, started thinking. I did something wrong. And after all this reflecting, I realized this. Ren Jones, I had you beat. If that referee was not knocked out, I could have been IPW champion right now. I had your shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3. But the Colonel got his ways and talked to IPW management and thought about it. I looked jumping and climbing off of objects, and I experienced firsthand, you do like using those chairs. So, this is what we're gonna do, Ren. Tough Luck, March 12th, Ren Jones versus the Colonel of Clapping Cheeks, LaDon Sanders, for the IPW Championship. And first time ever in IPW history, a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And then I'm gonna clap those cheeks, and for the whole IPW universe, the Colonel will finally be IPW World Champion.
Now she got a baby, 5 minutes of fame, and the next thing you know, the baby got your name. Now she Wonder Woman, dog. She don't need.
And with that, LaDon Sanders will challenge Ren Jones once again. This time in IPW's first ever tables, ladders, and chairs match on Sunday, March 12th at Tough Luck. That concludes this edition of The Insider. Tickets for Tough Luck are available now on Eventbrite.com. Go get yours and join us in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Following Warehouse on Sunday, March 12th as IPW presents the 3rd annual Tough Luck.